What it do, y'all? It's your girl Makeup and Travel, and for today's video I am bringing you guys day 3 in my I keep wanting to say complexion. What it do, y'all? It's your girl Makeup and Travel, and for today's video I am here to bring you guys day 3 of my collection week. Today, as you saw by the title, I'm going to be showing you guys all of my single blushes and all of my single compact highlighters. Now these are all the ones that are in a compact, not in a palette. You guys saw everything else that's in a palette of some sort yesterday, so today is all about the single girls and boys. Okay, I'm going to try and fly through this as quickly as possible. I do have quite a collection. I'm not going to hold you up, but I thought it would be beneficial for you guys to see what I have, what I like, and maybe you guys can get an opinion on something that you feel that you should bring into your collection or whatever have you. I don't really know. But yeah, this was all bought by my own money. Not one thing in this collection pretty much has been bought for me other than a couple of eyeshadow palettes, so take that as you will. I spend my money in this way sometimes. So let's get into it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start off with 2 blushes that I picked up from Nordstrom's rack almost 3 or 4 years ago at this point. This one over here is Plumberry and this one is in Papaya. These are both Laura Geller's baked gelato blushes. These are no longer available, which I think is tragic because these give off a really nice subtle sheen, natural finish to the skin. As you can see, this is the one of the 2 that I've really gotten the most use out of. Oh, I have autofocus on. This is the one that I've gotten the most use out of, and this is actually currently in a project pan. We'll see if I finish it like I want to, but yeah, I really enjoy this formula, and I really enjoy a sheen, a natural satin to the skin. I'm not the biggest fan anymore of a straight up hard matte finish. It's just not what your girl likes. Okay, then I have a couple of Becca blushes. One is in their, what do they call it, in their luminous finish, and the other is in their mineral blush finish. So for them, the mineral blush finish is more of a satin sheeny kind of situation, and that one is in Songbird. This is like a very neutral finish colored blush on me. And then this one over here is in their luminous finish, and it is Snapdragon, and this is quite luminous, as it says, red blush on me. I think both of these are very unique, and I really do enjoy the formulas and the finish, so I keep both of these in my collection for that reason. Then I have one single compact from NYX, and this is in the shade Electro. This is an extremely bright blush. If I really wanted to be a stickler, I could get rid of this because it's similar to a blush that I have in one of my blush palettes, but I really like this blush. It was cheap. I have plenty of room in my organizer, so your girl gonna keep it. One of my more expensive blushes I have is from Chantecaille. I picked this up the very first year I was watching Michelle Wong, because I was feeling myself and I was like, oh, you got this money. And this is it right here. This is the smallest blush, I feel like, and the most expensive. And this is in Laughter from Chantecaille. I will say this gives off a really nice sheeny finish to the skin. And although this shade doesn't look like it should be able to work on me, I feel like it does. So every time I put this on, I'm like, okay. And I really do like it. So yeah, I have 2 blushes from ColourPop, and these are super old, so unfortunately I doubt they're still going to be on their site because it's ColourPop and they don't keep anything for more than a season. So this one is one of my favorite neutral blushes, and it's Tulip to Quit. It's a very neutral blush, and this one over here is Main Chick, and it's a very bright corally pinky-ish, I would say more coral peachy blush. Neither of these really have any type of sheen or satin to them. These are pretty hard matte finishes, so I don't really reach for these all that often anymore, but I do like to have them in my collection because there is a day, you know, where sometimes I just really want a matte finish, and this might be the shade that I'm looking for. So I do keep these around for that reason. Then I have only one Kevyn Aucoin blush left, and this one is in Fura, and this is a really nice deep warm mango shade. I really am happy with this shade. I think that it's a beautiful shade, and it's like a blood orange type situation, and this is a pretty true matte finish. So if you want some sheen, I would not recommend at least this formulation from Kevyn Aucoin. I have two MAC blushes that are in single compacts, and they're completely different formulations. So this one over here is the mineralized blush in Flirting with Danger, and this one, what is the shade, the type? It is their Extra Dimension in Rosy Cheeks. I love both of these finishes. I love both of these shades. I'd highly recommend them both. They really give off a nice, this one gives off a nice like subtle sheen. This one gives off some luminosity, but in the best possible way. I'm sure that when I finish my Laura Geller, this is going to be the one that I reach for. It can be a little strong of luminosity even for me, so you do have to take it, you know, one step at a time, but I really do enjoy it. And if you were interested in the, what brand was that? Wet n Wild Don't Flutter Yourself blush that I showed you guys yesterday, this is a pretty close dupe. So yeah, it's more expensive, but I really enjoy those formulas, which is why I always get suckered into potentially wanting to pick up their holiday releases with the extra blushes. I have one Super Shock blush from ColourPop, and this is in Drop of a Hat. This is a beautiful ready toned blush with quite a bit of goldy sheen to it. I really enjoy this blush. I always forget how smooth and just like interesting the formulation is until I actually reach for it. I don't reach for a lot of red blushes. It's just not a go-to color for me. But when I want a red toned shimmery blush, I have two, and I don't worry about looking for anything else. Alrighty, I have quite a few Nars blushes, so let's just go through those. I have the Nars Pierre Hardy blush. This is a really nice corally pinky blush. I love this. This does still have, I would say, a subtle sheen to it, even though there used to be a gold overspray on it. There isn't anymore because I used it so much, but there still is a nice kind of satiny finish to this. So it is definitely not a hard matte finish, which I love this blush for, and it's a really nice kind of watermelon-y blush finish situation. Then I have a shade from the Nars Erdem collection, and this one is in Loves Me. This is more of a, I would say, like a purpley mauvey shade. There is glitter in the pan, but that just makes it more of a satiny sheen on the skin. You don't see that glitter once you apply it. Once again, satin, sheeny, colorful. I'm all about it. Next one is a matte blush, and this is in SM, and this is a pretty true, I would say, blood orange with a little extra hint of pink in there. I do like, did I say blood orange? Let's say it's a red. It is a red with a pretty strong pink undertone to it, or pink to it. It is a pretty strong matte, so do keep that in mind, but it's a very unique color, which is why I keep it around, and I do get some use out of it here and there. Then we have my favorite orangey blush. Oh, Taj Mahal from Nars. Beautiful. If you are of a darker complexion and you want a shimmery orange shade, Taj Mahal. You could probably get this, if you wanted to dupe this out for a cheaper alternative, the ColourPop and Kathleen Light's collaboration. One of her earlier collaborations, she made blush shades, and there was one deeper orangey shimmery blush. I'm pretty sure that is a dupe for Taj Mahal, in case you are wondering. I do have one Nars Kristoff for Kane blush in Starscape, and this is a bright pink. The camera is not doing this justice. It is like a neon pink, and it is matte. I don't use this very often because I'm not a huge pink blush wearer. I'll wear red before I wear pink generally, but on the occasions that I do want a true bubble gum pink, this is the one that I will reach for, because I really don't have any others. I'm really not a huge bubble gum pink wearer. And then my last Nars blush is in Liberté, and this is like a neutral, no fuss, no muss blush. What I like about this is I feel this has a slight sheen to the skin, or adds a slight sheen to the skin, so it's not as hard matte as, say, my ColourPop one is, or yeah, it's kind of on the same tip as my Songbird blush from Becca. So in case you are wondering, although there is definitely a color difference, this one has more pink and Songbird has more peach to it in undertone. I have one blush from Certify, and I actually really enjoy this blush. This is like a mauve-ish blush. There is definitely a sheen to the skin when you put this on, so I would recommend this in case you are interested. I don't know if the brand is still running. I know their sister, they're like sisters brand, revamped themselves, but I honestly haven't heard anything from Certify, so I really just don't know. My one ambient blush that is technically the only one in my collection as of right now, I'm still debating if I'm going to bring the other one back, is my At Night blush, and this is in their ambient finish. I think that this is a good blush. I definitely wish that there was a lot more of the purpley shade in this blush and less of the powder, but I really do like this blush, and I think I can definitely make it work, which is why it's going to stay in my collection. I'm just going to talk about the two kind of blush duos that I have that are in this drawer, and the first one is from Wayne Goss, if I can open up the packaging, and this is in Bright Poppy. It's a really nice blush duo. This is a really nice satiny, sheeny, pinky shade, and this is a really nice bronzy highlighter. I really do enjoy this duo. I wish I could get at least one other duo. We'll see if I get around to it, because money does not grow on trees, unfortunately, for me. The other duo blush that I have is from Colored Rain, and it is their Power collection, and this is in the shade Call the Shots, and I really enjoy this duo. This is the orangey blush, which is a sheeny, and then there's like an orangey bronzy goldy highlighter. Really enjoy this duo. I know that the rest of the duos, at least the last time I checked, are still available on the website. I just didn't want to pick them all up. We'll see. Maybe I'll pick some up during this holiday season. I don't believe Colored Rain is really on my Black Friday wish list, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We will see. Okay, one from NYX that has stayed in my collection is this Paradise Fluff blush in Head in the Clouds. The only reason I have this blush is because if you mix these two together, there is a beautiful lilac-y shade, or I can use this really sheeny pinky shade by itself. I really enjoy this blush highlighter situation. Highly recommend. I picked that up all because of Tara Babies. Tara Babies was definitely the person who made me buy that. Then I have a Dior blush, and this is in the shade Poison Matte, and as it suggests, this is a matte finish blush. This is more of a mauve, a light mauve shade with definitely some strong pink to it. I do enjoy this blush, and the matteness isn't a strong matte. It's a very subtle sheen, but you do get a something. Then I have two Charlotte Tilbury Boob blushes. And these are the two Boob blushes. So the one on the top is Walk of No Shame and the one on the bottom is Love Drug. I love both of these. They both work beautifully on my complexion. They both show up, which is a very important factor. This one is a lot more matte than this one because the center of Walk of No Shame is more of a highlighter shade. So either way, this one has a sheen. It's definitely just not as sheeny as this one because it has a highlighter in the middle. So take that as you will, but they're both beautiful, beautiful blushes, and I would definitely recommend them in case you are wondering. Two more blushes left. We have an e.l.f. Always a Fiery blush, and this is in their primer infused line. I really like this blush. This is like a warm orangey blood orange situation. I really do enjoy it. This is definitely a strong matte finish, but just a very interesting shade. This, if you're wondering, is kind of similar, I wouldn't say dupe because I still have them both, to my Kevyn Aucoin shade, except my Kevyn Aucoin is definitely a little bit deeper. But in case you want kind of the vibe of this Kevyn Aucoin blush, I'd say go ahead and get the e.l.f. one. And then my last blush that I have is from Juvia's Place, and this is in the shade Bella. This is once again another kind of blood orange red blush, and this is a strong matte finish as well. I don't think they have these anymore. I'm pretty sure they discontinued these blushes, which is unfortunate, but I'm really happy that I at least got one out of the two. So that is my whole single blush collection. I'm just going to rearrange my desk and we are going to go in with the highlighters now. So I forgot one blush. I've been testing my decluttered blushes out, and I actually re-brought this back to my collection, and this one is from Bare Minerals. It's in their Gin Noodle range, and it's But First Coffee. I picked this up thinking this was going to be a bronzer shade. It's not. It's definitely a strong purple undertone. I have it on today lightly and I think it works, so I am going to go ahead and bring this back into my collection, and I just forgot to say that earlier. That's why I wanted to say that really quickly. Okay, my highlighter collection has drastically decreased. I have drastically slowed down on picking up a bunch of highlighters, and I'm happy about that. So let's start off with the jumbo one that does not fit in my organizer, and this is from Marc Jacobs, and this is in the shade Guilty. This is a beautiful highlighter. This is the same shade of highlighter that they brought out this year, but in the compact from 2 years ago. I really enjoy this highlighter. I will never need highlighter again, just with this alone, but I have more. I have two Ofra highlighters that have made it through my various declutters, and I enjoy them both immensely. So this one right here is Beam the Haters, and this is a part of the collaboration with Nikki Tutorials, and this one over here is in Bali. These are both very beautiful highlighters. This Beam the Haters is not unique at all to my collection. Bali is. So if I had to declutter one, it would definitely be Beam the Haters, but I like them both. I get use out of them both, so I'm keeping them both. I have one Colored Rain highlighter, and this is in the shade Your Treat. I picked this up when Colored Rain first came to Target because I was just so excited to not have to order from their website and I could just pick it up in store. I do like this shade. It's not a very unique shade. It's a bronzy shade, so I keep it because I really like the shade. I really like the formula, but it's definitely not unique by any means. e.l.f. I have one of their shimmering highlighters, and this is in the shade Topaz Glow. I like this. It's cute. It's definitely not unique once again, but I can't bring myself to actually declutter this and keep it decluttered, so I'm gonna keep it in my collection. I have a limited edition blush. I have a limited edition highlighter from MAC, and this is from I think 2 years ago now, and this is in their Snow Flushed collection. This is a, oh, you know what? I haven't swatched a single thing. This is glittery, and this is a multi-chrome blush as well. I might have just talked myself out of picking up the Caladios blush or highlighter. Or maybe I could do a comparison. Who knows? Anyways, this is a really nice blush. It is glittery, but it definitely shifts from multiple colors, which is why I love this highlighter. Dose of Colors. I have 3 different highlighters from Dose of Colors. 2 are from limited edition collections. 1 is from their permanent range. So give me a second because it's going to take me a minute to figure out how to hold all 3 of these. Alrighty, here we go. I don't want to get my nail in it. Okay, there we go. So this one over here is from Bath, and it is from their I Love Sarah E collection. This one right here is Chasing the Sun, and it's with Desi and Katie collection. And this one over here is from their Normal Rage, and it's in Melonade. I enjoy all of these shades. I think Melonade is definitely the most unique, but Chasing this, Chasing the Sun was the one that I had to physically tell myself to stop using. So I enjoy all of these highlighters. I definitely would recommend them. I would say that I prefer the formula of their limited edition one over this one, but the shade of this one is just so unique. I don't want to get rid of it. So take that as you will. And hopefully Dose of Color comes out with some more shades that are just better. One highlighter that unfortunately you guys cannot get is from Menagerie Cosmetics when they were Makeup Monsters, and this is in the shade Cross the Streams. Beautiful highlighter. I really hope and pray that they come out with highlighters in 2021 because they just came out with blushes. So hopefully they'll continue to slowly come out with more cheek products. One blush that I switched to my highlighter bin is from MAC, and this is in their Extra Diminished shade in Faux Sure. This was just a little too icy for it to be a blush or even a blush topper, but I thought it would be a lot better in a highlighter form, and it has been. So this is really nice find there. I have one Becca highlighter, and this is in the shade Chocolate Geode. I think this is a very unique highlighter to my range because it is a true chocolate highlighter. It's not bronzy, it's not goldy, it's a chocolate highlighter. So I really do appreciate that, and I'm happy about it. Oh, I have 2 Becca highlighters. This is in Dreamsicle, and I love this highlighter. This is like one of my go-to orange highlighters. Love it. Will never get rid of it. I have one highlighter from Lunar Beauty, and this is the only one I feel that will work on my complexion, and I'm so happy about it. And this is Jupiter. This is a dark bronzy chocolatey shade, but there is definitely glitter in it, so it makes the world. And this packaging is stupid genius. Stupid genius. Okay, then we have Makeup Geek, their bronzy highlighter in Sunlight. It's clearly not unique, but I really wanted to try the formula. I do enjoy it, so I keep it. Come out. Then I have the Morphe highlighter. This is in the shade Boom. I think that this is definitely more of a kind of dark lilac, if that makes any sense. Like, that's just how I feel. I don't know. It's not the best highlighter, but I do like it, so that's why it stayed so far. And then we have my Givenchy highlighter from a couple of years ago, and this is in Shimmery Gold, and this was a beautiful shimmery glittery highlighter. I do want to dig into this a little bit more because I haven't gotten too much use out of it, but I really am happy that I have it in my collection. Okay, we have 2 Dior highlighters, and one is in 04 and one is in 07. So this one right here is 04. It's more of a nudier shade, and 07 is more of a pinkier coral shade. It's really hard to get these to show up perfectly on camera. I think this is the best that your girl can do. These are both really nice. They're not cheap by any means. None. Camera battery died on me. They're not the most beautiful, like sheeny see from space, outer space situation, but it looks beautiful on the skin. Next, I have one Smashbox highlighter, and this is from their Vlada collection, and this is in Rose Mantic. I really love this highlighter. I don't know why a lot of people gave this highlighter in this collection crap. I enjoyed what I picked up, and I won't be getting rid of it. I have two Fenty highlighters to date. I still want a third one. We'll see how it goes. The first one is a duo. It's from her Kilowatt formula, and this one is in Mimosa Sunrise and Sangria Sunset. This is a cute duo. I really do like it, but if I had to choose a favorite in formula, I would choose this formula, which is in, what does she call this formula? The Diamond Balm formula. I really enjoy this Diamond Balm formula, and I just wish that I had the chocolate version. It's coming. Eventually it will find its way into my collection. I just need a nice sale and to have money. So we'll see how that goes. I have one Kylie highlighter. I would highly recommend this if you are a chocolate girl, and this is Chocolate Cherry. It's a really nice highlighter. I would actually really recommend it. It's really nice. Then we have one JD Glow highlighter that has stayed in my collection, and this is Chaos. I really love this one. This is another like multi-chromey highlighter. It is. So I don't need, once again, I don't need that oh yes, I don't need that Caladios one because I have this, and this is bomb.com. So really happy about this. And then we have a limited edition Hocus Pocus highlighter from Touch of Glam. I have this in the scented pumpkin scent, and I had to get this because it was Hocus Pocus. I have used this, and I have lost one of my pumpkins. I don't know if I'm ever going to actually really work through this because Hocus Pocus is my favorite. I love the design, and I no longer can smell the pumpkin. So yay. Okay, 4 more highlighters left. I have 2 loose highlighters. I don't use these very often, but I keep these in case eventually I get really into loose highlighters. This one over here is Sydney Grace's Bronzed Radiance. Really nice highlighter. And this one is Le Bronze from the Jackie Aina and Artist Couture collaboration. Really like both of the shades, both of the formulas. I just don't use loose highlighters because they just get everywhere, you know? So maybe in a far time from now, I'll pick it up, but right now I'm good. And then lastly, I have 2 highlighters from Caladios, and I love them both. So let's see if we can do this. The red canned one is Mars Melter, and the other one is in Laser Glazer. I think these are both really nice highlighters. I really do enjoy them. And had I not gone through this collection, which I'm so happy I did, I probably would have gone ahead and picked up their multi-chrome highlighter. But as I just realized, I already have 2 multi-chrome highlighters in my collection. I do like both of these, don't get me wrong, but I don't need the third. No. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on both of these. I actually might put both of these in my everyday drawer to remember to work on those. But that's my highlighter collection. It's pretty big. Same with my blush collection, but this has been a slow time coming for 3 or 4 years now. This has been the buildup of my collection. So take that as you will. And I look forward to seeing you guys in my video tomorrow, which will be, of course, another collection video because your girl is just getting started. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, y'all, Black lives do matter. Please remember to wear a mask and stay safe. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel if you're liking my content thus far in the month of December. I am doing my best, as always, to upload every day in the month of December, and I hope you guys are enjoying Swagmas. Please let me know if you guys are, if you're not, what you would like to see from me. I really do take into consideration what you guys comment and request of me. And with that being said, that's all your girl got. Alrighty guys, I will see you guys in